group rejects Trump's genocide claim. Well, I've been joined by Comrade Collins Amadin from our Benin outstation. He's a political affairs analyst as well as an APC stalwart. Good evening, Comrade Collins Amadin, and thanks for coming to Political Lens.
Chukuma, good evening. Nice having you again.
Good to see you again, my brother. How have you been? It's been a while.
Yes, you sent me a sabbatical.
Okay, it's good. I hope we'll have a very wonderful show this evening. Thanks for coming. I appreciate your presence. I've also been joined by Comrade...
Thank you very much.
Good evening. Welcome once again. I've also been joined by Comrade Roy Oriabo. Comrade Oriabo joins me virtually, also from Benin City. He's a human rights activist and political affairs analyst. Good evening to you, Comrade Roy Oriabo, and thanks for being part of this show. I appreciate your presence as always. Hello, okay, network. There seems to be a network glitch there, but the tech team is going to fix all of that in a bit, and he will join us. Now, let's kick into it. The Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, says Governor Monday Ogbebolo's performance within his first year in office surpasses some state governors' achievements in 8 years of office. The Deputy Governor, in a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Friday Akedo, stated this when he played host to the delegation of Asian Daughters Development Initiative of Edo State in his office. Well, he assured that Ogbebolo's administration has just taken off, adding that with the support of the people, Edo will record remarkable achievements in the few months to come. Idahosa noted that with his Shine agenda, Ogbebolo is poised to entrench good governance across the nook and cranny of the state. He particularly noted that Ogbebolo's policies are people-centric, while noting that the unity of people remains the governor's primary concern. Idahosa reeled out names of Asian extraction who made an impact on Asian land and Edo State in general. According to him, distinguished Senator Monday Ogbebolo, to me, is God's gift to Asian land, and the entire Edo State people are happy with him. The President, Asian Daughters Development Initiative of Edo State, Mrs. Kate Osaro, commended Idahosa for his complementary role to Ogbebolo. According to her, their complementary roles have ensured peace reigns in the state and solicited its sustainability. Well, Comrade Collins Amadin, your state governor, Monday Ogbebolo, has celebrated 1 year in office. Can you walk us through, his major achievement? What's your assessment of his 1 year in office?
Thank you very much. By the grace, governor has shown capacity, and not only capacity in the area of building infrastructure. In the area of human relations, he has been able to prove that governance was not just about power, but about the people. One, we had serious tension before he emerged as the governor, which was the terror era of men who were involved in veganism and cultism. That was a major crisis in Edo. Almost every young man that was growing up in Edo, either being forced or being coerced to belong to one group or the other, and some of them probably go beyond the bounds of associating, but became something never imagined. I was able to indeed deal seriously with the issue of cultism, and that brought a lot of relief to a lot of parents. And also the issue of kidnapping was on a high, very high, at the time it came. You still agree that there may still be one or two skirmishes still around, but unfortunately, it must happen in a society that we have found ourselves. The governor alone fight all areas of security, but very large was able to help curb kidnapping, all issues. One help of local vigilance that was realized and realized. I agree with you. Thoughts are also being done in the infrastructure, like education. For example, over schools have been visited and rewarded either by or by the Ministry of Education itself through the initiative and the even before Commissioner Bob, the governor was already working in the area of abuse and rebuilding and renovating those that need to be removed and equipped. The governor also have employed over 5,000 teachers very recently into the educational sector, help boost the issue of having one principal in a full school, the principal will teach English and biology, and at the same time go around all the classes. And in some cases, most of the students were not even taking classes, but just go to school. And also, in some cases, or in some schools, they were sitting just on the floor, and he has been able to hurriedly attend to those areas. So, in the health sector, over 18,000 workforce has just been employed and engaged by the governor, though not just recent. They started about 4 or 5 months ago, have been engaged by those state governments through the of Senator Monde Okpebholo to the health center have its effectiveness, especially with the new initiative, primary health center, over 62 that has been revisited. Some were built, some were renovated by the state government. Then we come to the area of roads. Most of the federal government roads and even the state roads have action, and the state government is also embarking. Majority of those roads, say the federal government, though we expect that there will be reimbursement, but for the fact that there is already a facelift and a capable hands are involved, which is what Edo people are excited about. And Sapler Road, for example, is an epic of it with the kind of job that is ongoing through that road. And just a few days ago, the Ologbo has also been revisited and the food there. Then you go to the Old Road section, the same thing across almost 25 communities are having relief and drainage in a very matured and organized manner. Then you go to areas like Obe, Ogege. These are roads that were completely, the Ute Road and the Teboga Aziz. These were roads that nobody imagined anyone would visit. Governor Okpebholo did not just visit, but he's doing massive work in all of these roads. Then you move on to Mobaye Aziz, where we now have the first ever flyover that is giving succor to the people based on the congestion that have been on that road. Then you also come to the Adesuwa, and the government have shown capacity, and also second major flyover in Edo State, and the job is also going on already. So many more. We want to talk about the area of transportation. Edo have lacked so much when it comes to the area of transportation. We once had a Edo line where the government could not even pay salaries, and at the end of the day, Edo line went into Komaton. The governor came and first initiated over 100 buses, brand new buses, and new Edo line was rejuvenated, and so many persons were employed. And Edo line, to talk to you today, from Benin to Kaduna, you will spend even less than 30,000 to go, and even to Lagos, you spend less than 15,000, you know, to go to Lagos and return back from Lagos. And so, including Port Harcourt, so many of those routes are being visited. We are not even talking about it. The governor have done so much. So many to measure, but just to measure but a few.
All right, thank you very much, Comrade Collins Amadin. You are breaking off rapidly. We need to take a short break so that we can fix the tech hitch and come back to you. Viewers, please do join us in a bit. We'll be right back.
In a world where power shifts with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs a voice.
The policies that shapes our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing.
And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world, because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns. Join us on People's Voice, where we amplify the voice of those that matters the most. Join the conversation. Share your thoughts with me. I am Xavier Udo. Weekdays, Monday through Friday, from 4 p.m. to 5. Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns. Thank you.
All right, then welcome back and thanks for staying with us. And if you are just joining us, this is Political Lens on Voice of the People Television. I've been speaking to Comrade Collins Amadin, and we are discussing 1 year in office of Governor Monday Okpebholo of Edo State. I've also been joined by Comrade Roy Uriabo. Comrade Uriabo is a human rights activist as well as a political affairs analyst. Good evening to you, Comrade Roy, and thanks for being part of Political Lens. We appreciate your presence. Hello, Comrade Roy, can you hear me? Okay, you need to unmute your mic so that we can get your audio feed.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you for having
beautiful, me. Beautiful. I can hear you loud and clear. How have you been, Comrade? Good to see you once again.
Thank you. It has not been easy, the Nigerian situation, but we thank God we are coping.
We are coping and we'll all survive. Nigeria is the only country we have, and we have no option than to make it work for all of us. Now, we are talking about the 1 year in office of your governor, Monday Okpebholo. I don't know if you follow the conversation, and Collins has reeled out a lot that the governor has done in just 1 year in office. He says, well, kidnapping has become a thing of the past. Over 5,000 teachers employed in the education sector. We don't have a situation where a principal will have to principal the school, teach English and biology at the same time. Infrastructure, according to him, Edo State has become is a construction site. And in the health sector, more than 1,000 workforce have also been employed. Road construction is everywhere. He talked about roads connecting Bini Sapele, Bini and Onitsha, Asaba, Bini and Abuja, Bini and Auchi, and all of that. And so, Comrade, I would like for you to give us an assessment of Monday Okpebholo's 1 year in office. What's your take? What do you think?
Once again, thank you for this great of opportunity to be with you.
Beautiful.
You know, I listened to my dear brother there, who is struggling to read that words, reading. I think he was reading from paper. Therefore, anything you are reading from paper need to be clear. I drove the Sapler Road he's talking about now to Oba Etim Village, where I'm talking to you from now. As I'm talking to you now, nothing have happened there. Therefore, the records are there. I am not here to join issue with him, but let us address issue on its merits. Let's speak facts and figure, so that those who watching this program will appreciate it. And the executive governor of Edo State will also appreciate it that there are persons who are telling him the truth, not psychopaths, parading themselves as the lover of governor, whereas they are after their pocket. It's very sad that you are seeing the younger generation try to concoct, fabricate lies of which benefit. That is what that on the road and the infrastructural development. I will be taking the performance of governor in sequence. I'm not here to demarcate the governor, but I'm here to tell you one. Personally, I appreciate the flyover. That flyover in Benin City at the Remark Square is a legacy project that you cannot argue. I pray and hope that he finished the construction. What he's able to achieve that for us, I will appreciate him and I will celebrate him for that. In terms of insecurity, the man have not done well. In terms of fighting court-related activity, courtism, I think the approach he have, I have said in this platform before that, I appreciate his disposition in that regard. No, nothing against him in that. Court-related killing that have drastically reduced. You have mapped out the strategies that people making persons to be scared, and the people are no longer involved directly. To me, I celebrate him on that. But kidnapping, you have not been able to come with any solution. There is no positive sign in that direction. I think that is even the major threat. That is the highest problem we are facing in Edo State. As of today, farmers cannot go to farm. What does that show to you? If farmers cannot go to farm, they will not be able to plant, and if they cannot plant, they cannot harvest. And that has been my point. If farmer cannot go to farm, what will be devil us in the next few days, few weeks, few months is going to be food insecurity, and therefore the government have not done in that direction. In terms of reaching out, the government have also failed in reaching out. It's doing 1 year in office. There have never been a town hall meeting where you engage with the people, where the people will be able to say, this is what you are doing, this is what we need. He have not been able to do that. Therefore, these are some of the issues we are bothered. We are running a participating democracy, whereby You interact with the people, you have a conversation with the people, you discuss with the people, so that the people will also tell you, these are our pains, this is what we are passing through. That is how to run democracy. It's running a solo democracy, which is not good for us. And I believe people like Honorable Amadi should be able to tell the governor, engage with the people, let the people know what you are doing, let the people also share their pain, so that you can come up with a workable direction. That will help us. The governor have not done that. He will agree with me on the strength of that. The governor have failed. Therefore, in terms of education, what is education? Yeah, I took my time to move around to go and count how far has it done in terms of education. Well, we have a record that they have a press on teachers. That is a fact, and we don't want to do it. But in terms of the physical structure, it's not doing well there, because no matter how you tell you want to do it, once there is no, where with the students, the people, where are you going to gather them so that you can impart knowledge? That is seriously lacking. 5,000 problem for teachers, considering the numbers of the population of Edo State, you will agree with me that is grossly inadequate. But I give it to him. He have made an attempt to employ teachers. I give it to him. I give it to him. I personally, for the past 3 days, I've been on the streets trying to get his performance, looking at the performance index, what he has done to impact the life of Edo people. You know, in terms of the economy, they have not, the economy of Ethiopia, on average, Edo is still very poor. They have not done well. Even colleagues will agree with me that the coming of this present administration, that the economy of Edo State is in Jawa. There is nothing to celebrate about the economy. That is the reality. Therefore, colleagues, we understand, because we discuss on this on daily basis. The economy, the Mr. Governor have not done well there. Therefore, I want the governor to step up the game. Although in a tenure of 4 years, 1 year will not be enough for me to say the governor is moving towards a progression or it's going back. But I believe, conclusively, I believe that the man is there for the past 1 year. He have been there. The area he have performed, I have enumerated it. Where he have not been able, I've also said that in terms of, by and large, if you tell me how do I score the governor banner, I will give him 3/10, which is not a pass mark. I believe the governor can still do better.
3/10, which is not a pass mark. It's not even an E. It's most probably an F. Well, thank you very much, Comrade Oriabo, for this quick rundown on what you think that the governor has done. It seems like looks like a quite contrast with what Comrade Collins Amadin had said about the governor's achievements. And at this moment, I don't know who we are going to believe, but the Edo people know what the governor has done. But Collins, let me come back to you. Over the past 2 weekends, I was on the roads. I was traveling. I traveled to the east by road, you know, so that I could see things for myself. And it was quite curious. On my way to Onitsha, by the time we got into Benin, we got information that the bypass was blocked. We couldn't. Nobody, no vehicle could venture into that place, because people that were coming from the east to the west and people that were going from the west to the east had blocked the road. Why? Because it was one lane that was in use. So we had to drive into Benin City proper. And you know what? I spent 3 good hours inside Benin City because of traffic. And I was like, if the governor wants to do constructions, you know, like the flyover at Rama that you talked about, which is a legacy project according to Comrade Riabo, why couldn't he first of all fix the bypass, which, by the way, is a federal project? But like you said, he's fixing some of the federal roads and he's invoicing. So why couldn't he fix all of that, so that there would be this kind of seamless movement, you know, for people going to and fro east and west? Why did the governor have to put people through all of that? And I understand that it's something that occurs every day in the past 2 weeks or so. And even in some parts of Edo State, before you approach Delta State, the roads are very bad. That's a federal road. So what's going on, Collins?
Thank you. Even before I came in, please. Can you hear me?
No, you're breaking off rapidly. You are breaking off rapidly, and I can't get that. Can you come again?
Can you hear me?
You are still breaking off.
I don't know. Maybe the engineer.
Okay, go ahead. I can hear you now. I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say, even before the governor, we had this issue, even when construction were not going. It was even worse than for those who were sincere. They knew that on the surface, there were times we used to spend 2 the road when you are driving, just even within Benin, from Benin, from High Court in Benin Sapele Road, just to the first stage of the bypass, or then probably before sunrise. You spend 2 days.
Okay.
Driving.
All right, Collins. Excuse me, Collins. Collins, please just hold on to your thought. You are still breaking off rapidly, and you are not coordinated. The sequence is not flowing. So we need to fix something from your end. So while we do that, let me go back to Comrade Roy Oriabo, and I will come back to you in a moment. The moment we are done with fixing your audio problem, so that we can hear you clearly. You are breaking off rapidly, and the sequence is not connecting, so that our viewers will have to get seamless audio of what you are saying. I'm sorry about that. I'll come back to you in a bit. Now, to you, Comrade Roy, let me ask you the same question that I asked Collins. Isn't it appropriate, that the governor should have fixed probably the bypass, which is a major artery, connecting the east and the west and the Midwest, than having to, as I speak now, I'm not sure that work is ongoing at the bypass. Why is that problem? Why did the government prioritize? The governor, did he get his priorities right, having to keep people inside Benin for 3-4 hours? And the driver that took me said that on Friday it was even worse than the Saturday that I traveled. Why all of that?
Sad story we have in Edo State. It appears the handlers of the Mr. Governor or advisors like Honorable Amadi, they are not telling him the truth. That is my pain in all these things. Why we naturally expect the governor that you are doing a legacy project as vast at that level. Why we expect the connecting roads, the feeder roads to be working. You recall the reason why that bypass was constructed is to ease traffic within the Benin metropolis. And that reasons have since been jettisoned, because when the governor came on board, he refused to address the issue that are quite fundamental in terms of how do we contest the main roads, in terms of what do we do. The governor hurriedly to a place where I believe by now he don't know if it is to move forward or to move back. That's what we call show marshmallow in those days. Where you are stuck in one place. That is our fear. The governor is supposed to be more bothered about the feeder roads in Benin City. As of today, I left my office to urban community in Sapele Road, and I decided to drive via the GRA. Yeah, as I'm talking to you now, the GRA in Benin City is the worst road in the history of Benin City. We have never seen so bad. We have never seen the road we are wondering what is going on. But I listened to one of their reports that it's because of the rainy season. You begin to wonder, is it Edo State only in Benin City that we experience rain? There are no motorable roads in Benin. Any car you see in Benin now is more or less in a deplorable situation. For you can quickly take your camera to Honorable Amadi to go and check his vehicle. That is a direction of what we are facing on daily basis in Benin City. As I said before, we were expecting the governor not to quickly know the roads that need attention. There are many roads that need attention with high level of urgency. The governor is not interested. As of today, you cannot go to Agbo from Benin. You can't do it. I'm happy that you also pass through that road. You cannot. The road will not between that Agbo road. There is nothing to show about it again. You cannot just try it. Therefore, you go to that Sapele Road again, no way. We were expecting for him to leave that bypass. He deliberately abandoned those roads. And the feeder roads is not doing anything. He's interested in that legacy project, that overhead bridge. And that is the music we are hearing every day. And they keep on building on that, singing on that. That will not be enough for us. That will not be enough for us. And I expect the governor to take it that level. I don't know whether it's as a result of lack of resources, but it cannot be, because the president has informed all of us that there is too much money in the hands of the governor now. After the removal of subsidy, there is not too much money in the hands of the governors. Therefore, they have no reason not to utilize this fund. They have no reason not to be working. Why we expect those things not to even be a working side. Things will be going on massively. That we are not seeing. It's very unfortunate. And I hope if the government gives us an opportunity to interact with him in the town hall, Maybe tomorrow we were told that they have a meeting tomorrow. They said it's strictly by invitation. If they invite some of us, we'll be making our submission. I hope and pray by tomorrow they should reach out to the critical stakeholders, the civil society
all right.
movement.
Thank you very much. And I hope that people like Collins who are close to the governor will let him hear all of this.
Collins should do that.
Now, let's try and re-establish connection with Collins. Looks like that audio glitch has been fixed. Good to have you once again, Comrade Collins Amadin.
Thank you, Chukuma. It's nice to get back to you.
Okay, beautiful. I think I can hear you clearly now. So go ahead. I would like for you to land on your thought, talking about why the governor didn't prioritize, fixing either especially the bypass, so that there will be seamless movement from East, Midwest, and all of that. Why didn't the governor prioritize that road?
Now, I'll tell you, before the game of ball, that was a quagmire. There was no section of that road that didn't deserve an attention. All of these roads deserve urgent attention. In short, he had to declare a state of emergency in the roads. And the man is everywhere. And he is not the way we can see. He's doing a nice kind of job. Roy is just being unfair. Roy was Obaseki was a governor. I am surprised he's lamenting at the condition of the feeder of GRA when his friend just left the office, having spent 8 years. His friend just left the office about a year ago. Over to the government. At the time he was leaving, to know where he stopped or where he carried from. It's ending. So Roy did not shout, did not say he needs to use that to get to Oba, because Roy was unfair when he said nothing was going on.
Okay, Comrade Amadin. Comrade Amadin, we are not doing a comparison between Okpebholo and Obaseki. We are talking about the 1 year in office of Governor Monday Okpebholo. You did say something that struck me as that is not quite true. You talked about fixing federal roads. After scaling through the hell that we passed through inside Benin City, between Benin and Abo was another nightmare. Why? Why all of that?
And
I'm asking you this question because you praised the governor. You said that he's doing well, that in fact all the connecting states, that the movements are seamless, but that doesn't seem to be right.
No, you must remember that only the road is not the only journey through which the government is fixing. And even road talking about the government, if it's you pass well, now you said the period you talked about you were in Benin, which was about last week or so, we had some protests that took place within the houses of Saplero. From Sunray down to bypass was blocked because some people accused a broken bike rider of stabbing a young man who died and cutting the arms of another one. He took the commissioner of police and some top government officials to go and intervene and appeal to our people not to take laws into their hands, for them to leave the road. So that also actually led to some of the gridlock that you jam. We are not saying the government is perfect. This is just 1 year. And 1 year first, you must understand that he didn't even have opportunity of meeting the adult who probably would have put him right. If not that the governor was smart and fast enough and passionate about the people, those governors of his kind will still be looking at the books and try to check what should be done. And as I'm talking to you, the overhead flyover is almost 55% complete done. And other roads too. He talked about, I talked about Ute, I talked about Ogogobi, I talked about Obe, I talked about forestry, not forestry houses, around the Ute quarters there. All of those lanes and streets that are in that quarter at Upper Mission Extension. He did not talk about it. He did not say nothing happened there. He did not say nothing happened there. And the governor is just talking about. And you must also know that road is not the only problem that is be definitely in Edo as we speak today.
Okay.
And for the past 5 months or 4 months thereabout, nobody is paying tax in Edo. They have been having tax-free months, good 4 months. Whether you call it bus driver, you call it market women, none of those businesses are paying tax. They have been on free tax care. That nobody has quarreled with the governor that he needs to make money. This is also a way to build the economy. Telling them what you would have used to pay tax over this period, probably add it to your business and revamp it. Is there any state in Nigeria today that they will live for 2 months without paying taxes?
All right. Before we leave this topic, because we have 2 other topics to discuss this evening. Before we leave, does it look like, or it does appear that Senator Monday Okpebholo is in some form of competition with Godwin Obaseki? I understand that, and a lot of people do understand that, look, government is a work in progress, especially at this stage of our physical development. Government is work in progress. Is it because Obaseki didn't build a flyover that he hurriedly started building one that is causing traffic, causing problem for people in Edo State? Why that level of competition? Does he want to outshine Obaseki and putting the people into all of this trouble? Because, I mean, I keep going back with it. It wasn't funny for me. And when I inquired, I realized that it's been a regular thing for the past 2-3 months since that project was started. Why this kind of competition?
Chukwuma, you will agree with me that we all travel. I have been privileged to even go to some Africa countries, and they were just fixing side of drainage, and it was Angola, Benin. I think I experienced these things there. But it took time, even in Lagos where you are. Most times, all of this job can be done at night. There are jobs that must be done in the afternoon. And the people that they are doing this job for are excited. They understand that sometimes you must have to pass through, this stress. It's normal. Yes, it is good and fine once the rain subsides. And I'm sure the governor will quickly hit on some of those issues that need to be touched as a way of helping or assisting. Not that it wasn't done before. It was done, but because the rain of course, the governor be very concerned about that. In 2-3 occasions where he visited the site, we overheard him talk to contractors that they must do everything possible to speed the contract that they have been given, because our people really need to get it easy when they are going to their offices or running their businesses. The government is concerned about that. But because he's concerned about that, wouldn't make him stop the construction
at the end of at the end of this program, you have like 30 seconds to give us your concluding thoughts on what Governor Monday Okpebholo has done and what we expect going forward. Now we need to move into the next topic of discussion. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) has been plunged into deeper crisis, flowing two conflicting court rulings over its planned national convention scheduled for November 15, 16, 2025 in Ibadan. Well, while the convention is meant to elect new national officers and is expected to host over 3,000 delegates, the Federal High Court in Abuja and the Oyo State High Court in Ibadan have issued opposing orders on whether it should proceed. Well, Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja restrained the PDP from holding the convention, ruling that its preparations violated the party's constitution and the Electoral Act. In contrast, Justice A.L. Akintola of the Oyo State High Court declared that the PDP had met all legal requirements and ordered it to go ahead with the exercise under INEC's supervision to ensure transparency and due process. Well, the Oyo Court ruling came after a suit by a party aspirant, Folahon Malabo Adelabi, seeking to prevent manipulation of the convention timetable. Justice Akintola also affirmed that Governor Amadu Umaru Fintiri, chairman of the planning committee, could continue preparations without obstruction and warned party leaders against disrupting or altering the timetable. The contradictory judgments have thrown the PDP into confusion, deepening its internal divisions and leadership struggles between factions loyal to the acting national chairman, Ambassador Iliya Omar Damagum, and the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike. The crisis had been worsened by multiple defections of governors and lawmakers to the ruling All Progressives Congress, leaving the future of the Ibadan Convention and the stability of Nigeria's main opposition party in serious doubt. Let me come to you, Comrade Roy Oriabo. Now, there are conflicting reports about the PD convention, two conflicting judgments. Where does the party stand at this moment, and what does that say about our democracy? The convention has been put off there's been this back and forth, you know, from next meeting to convention, back and forth and all of that. Today is the 11th, and the convention is supposed to hold on the 15th and 16th of November. Do you think that this convention is going to hold, given what we have seen in the past 3, 4, 5 months back? What do you think? What do you think? What's your take on this?
The PDP have not been able to manage themselves. You know, at the time, PDP boasted and told us that they will rule for 60 years. As now, you can say PDP now, they can no longer form a quorum. They are now wobbling and fumbling. PDP is supposed to know what to do, but because of fear, intimidation, they are not be able, as a party, they have not been able to take a decision that is very drastic. Whether they like it or not, I've appealed to them. Since Wike is not bigger than the entire party, they should go back to the drawing board, whether to go and appeal to the conscience of Wike, or they should just collapse the structure and give it to Wike and give it his key. Because as today, I have said before, PDP will do well as a non-governmental organization, not as a political party. If very just now, you saw their acting in Anambra State. PDP, at the time, the largest party in Africa. Look at their coming out in Anambra State. Is that not demoralizing? Is that not disheartening? Is that not frustrating? Who will be willing to want to associate with PDP at this material time? Because they refuse to address the fundamental issue that is being bedeviled there. We all know the issue. Why is PDP pretending? This their convention will not happen. It's not going to happen. Even we were just told this afternoon that the former governor also went to court to secure a judgment against the convention, that he was not given an opportunity to secure a form to contest for the elective position. What does that show you? PDP are now, they are the people, the PDP are now fighting PDP. It is not outsiders that are fighting PDP now. It is the PDP that are fighting PDP. To me, PDP should be doing more, should go and identify with Congress of non-governmental organizations and forget about party politics, because they are not ready. They are not ready. They don't have what it takes. The idea is no longer there. Their youthfulness is no longer there. Their cohesion is no longer there. Therefore, they cease to be a political party. I don't see them as a political party again. I see them as a group of people who does not even know where they are heading to. They only know where they are coming from, but they don't know where they are heading to. How can we be talking as now? There are personalities within the people with PDP who have undermined the supremacy and the credibility of PDP as a political party. But the party find it difficult to punish those fellows. They find it difficult to call them to order. How do you expect that kind of party to continue to remain as a party? A party that once boasted that it will rule this country for 60 years. A party that once told us that they are the largest party in Africa. Now they are shadow of themselves. They have not been able to do what they are supposed to do. Very easy. Call your member together and say, those who are leaving us, you leave. Let us know those who are with us. We have seen in PDP, you cannot even know who are members of PDP as of today. Some are in the other party, they are in Labour Party, they are in ADC, they are in APC, they are still within the PDP. Because of indiscipline within the party, they have not been able to form quorum. Is that the kind of opposition we want to have in Nigeria? We will be hearing voices of opposition, not from a political party called PDP. They don't have what it takes to do it, because they have refused to do the needful. And they will continue.
Okay, all right. Comrade Roy, before I go to Comrade Collins Amaden, I would like for us to, can you tell us how this fits into the description, into the characterization that, look, Nigeria is gradually descending to one-party state. If you say that PDP, if I paraphrase you, impliedly, what you're saying is that PDP is gone as a political party. They should identify themselves as a non-governmental
organization.
Beautiful. So as far as you're concerned, PDP is dead and gone, buried. Now, that leaves ADC, you know, as the main opposition party, which you and I understand. And a lot of Nigerians also think that, look, the ADC is not very strong. Exactly what is happening in PDP is also happening in the Labour Party. So does that make APC the one last man standing in Nigerian political party equation?
Of course. The APC, they are doing more better now. You can see it was the PDP and some members there who announced coalition. It is not the APC that they are doing coalition. They are signing new players because they know what is ahead of them. The PDP, they are not doing anything. The Labour Party, they are not doing anything. As of today, we are heading towards one political party. If we are not on, we are already in one political party, because PDP lack the cohesion to act as an opposition. A party that governed this country for over 10 years, they cannot build themselves to say, let's form a formidable opposition. PDP have all it takes to be a formidable opposition in this town. They have all it takes. Most of their members who left there to go and join the APC, they have all it takes to bring them back. Why then Atiku left PDP, the former governor, Wike left PDP, the former governor of Rivers State left PDP, Peter Obi left PDP. What are they doing? Very just now, we saw the issue happening to Senator Natasha.
Okay.
Even from the house, even when all of us were raising our voice, we were shouting that Natasha was being PDP as a political party was not able to even release a press statement to condemn the action. And then that kind of party that want to play the role of opposition, APC amongst they are stronger, they are mobilizing. That's why they have many governors and many senators. They are not sleeping. That is a sign of seriousness from APC that we need more.
All right, sign of seriousness from the APC. Now, let me come to you, Comrade Colin Samad. You were once a member of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, before you ported to the APC, the All Progressive Congress. That's the ruling party at the moment. And one time, at a point, the national leader of your party, who, by the way, happens to be our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he said, look, I like what is going on in the opposition. I'm happy that they are in disarray. Colin Samadin, are you happy with what is going on in the PDP as a Democrat that you claim to be? That leaves APC as the last political party standing. Are you happy with what is going on?
To put the record straight, I was one of the originators of APC. I was there for many years. And at the time I contested for local government chairmanship election, Obaseki openly, with impunity, told us, even those of you who bought from your tax clearance, you are campaigning, next tomorrow is the primary, you must not come to the field. And the best thing we could as a team, as all of us that bought the form, was to excuse ourselves for some few months. And we made sure we gave him a fight for his money. And not until we have to send him into exile and we have to go back home. So that on one side. Now,
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. But were you at a point a member of the PDP?
Of course.
Okay, beautiful.
But it was not. I was, of course. I was. Now, for example, the issue at ground is unfortunate that PDP has lost its flair. Not that we celebrate it. I'm a political scientist. I read political science. Really? So I am not celebrating the fact that they have refused to organize themselves. It's not easy to be an opposition. For many of us, I have always been an opposition. Only a few times I have not been an opposition. Obaseki have to send me to go to opposition to fight him out. So being in opposition is not about the whole world is falling to so many. Unfortunately, we now also have a system of food is ready. That people will let the camp. At the time, I even have to change party. I have to leave a ruling party to an opposition party, to go and deal with the system. So it's unfortunate PDP have found themselves where they are, but nobody to be blamed. And even just few days ago, if somebody like Saswan, former governor can leave, that simply means nobody is left in PDP, because that man was an extremist on PDP. He was a die-harded PDP. I'm sure he would have been living while shedding tears at the same time. But what do you do when the foundation is completely finished? When we told them that Atiku will come, disorganize the party and leave. If they had listened, for example, then we would have been where they are now. The why PDP problem still persists and is where they are now is because there is no longer a leadership. There is no strong voice. There is no strong capacity to manage that.
Comrade Collins, we need to segue into the next conversation. But it's interesting to know that you are not happy as a political scientist. You are not happy with what is happening on the opposition because it's quite undemocratic, where you have a democracy where you don't have a strong opposition. Now, let's get into another very interesting but troubling discussion that is going on in Nigeria. Nobel Laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, the coalition of northern groups, CNG, and the federal government have all challenged U.S. President Donald Trump's recent comments accusing Nigeria of persecuting Christians. Well, Soyinka warned that Trump's remarks oversimplify Nigeria's complex security crisis and could inflame religious tensions, stressing that the real problem lies in extremist groups exploiting religion for political and economic gain, not a war against Christians. Well, the CNG also condemned Trump's statement as reckless and misleading, describing it as part of a Western agenda to destabilize Nigeria. The group said data provided, disproved claims of a Christian genocide, showing that both Muslims and Christians suffer equally from violence. It accused Western organizations like Amnesty International of pushing false narratives to justify interference and warned against U.S. hypocrisy in ignoring other atrocities. Let me come straight to you, Comrade Roy Oriabo. What do you think that is going on? What Trump said, about Nigeria having a situation where Christians are being killed in a genocidal manner. Do you agree with Trump or what? What do you say about all of this? I'd like for us to talk about it briefly. Because we have groups in Nigeria, Christian groups, that have also come out to say, look, there is nothing like genocide in Nigeria. What we have is ethnic tension. What we have is land grabbers and all of that. Comrade Roy Oriabo, what's going on in parts of the country, middle belt, not
if they are saying what we have in Nigeria,
what is it? Is it genocide or is it problem of climate change that is driving people down south, from the arid region to the tropics? What does that mean to you?
Trump, the position of Trump is not a position we should argue. I see no reason why we should argue it. Whichever way you look at the position of Trump, is a one. It's a wake-up call on the Nigerian government to act and do the needful. Are we saying that people are not being killed? Are we saying that people are not being kidnapped? Are we saying that people are not being terrorized on a daily basis? It's not even about Trump saying genocide. The issue of genocide is that I am interested in humanity. I am not bothered whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you are a Buddhist. That's not my interest. I'm interested in humanity because I'm a free thinker. I believe in humanity. Once the humanity is taken away from you, I will never subscribe to it. That's my position. Those who are protesting, they don't have information. Somebody just directed them go to the street and protest. They don't even know that Trump's position, it will even further rescue them. These are persons who are hobnobbing with poverty, who are being kidnapped on a daily basis. These are persons that they pay to bandits before they go to their farms. What are they protesting about? What are they protesting against? It's just lack of understanding of the whole thing.
Okay,
I believe, yes, it's lack of understanding. The Nigerian government must show that commitment to say nobody should be killed in Nigeria. That is what I need from them.
Okay, as far as you are concerned, the point remains that, as far as you are concerned, the fact remains that Nigerians are being killed. That is the issue for you. Now, before you leave, Comrade, I would like for you to use 30 seconds, to give your concluding thoughts on Okpebolo's 1 year in office and what's going on in PDP and what Wole Soyinka and the Christian, the Northern group said that, look, there's nothing like genocide in Nigeria. 30 seconds if you can.
Yeah, the issues are very direct. I heard Honorable Amadi saying that when Obaseki was there, I did not talk. It's a lie from the pit of hell. Go and check record. Obaseki was the governor of Edo State. When I declared for hunger strike, the whole world was aware to tell him that he should do the needful as the governor. Therefore, I was never afraid of the Governor Obaseki, but I was driven by a perfect government. I was always confident. Okpebolo is the government. If I've not written to Okpebolo, I've written to like 4 times, telling him, do this thing right for the people. Because this opportunity will not come to the Asian nation until after another 16 years. That's the reason why he must do the needful.
Okay, all right.
And those who are protesting must have a rethink and ask their government and ask a fundamental question. Are persons being killed in Nigeria? If they are being killed, what is the solution? Can people go to their farm now? Really? The answer is no.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Comrade Roy Oriabo. Now, over to you, Comrade Collins Amadin. What's your take on what Soyinka and some northern groups have said that, look, there is no genocide in Nigeria? People are being killed in their numbers. And we are trying to twist the narrative. No, Muslims are also killed in the same number like Christians and all of that. And we have a lot of people, highly placed people saying, look, Trump is coming to destabilize Nigeria and all of that. What's your take, brief take on that? And I'd like for you to put it together with your concluding thoughts on what is going on in Edo State and PDP. If you can in 1 minute, I would appreciate that, sir.
There's genocide in Nigeria, and I have said that to sister stations. But the genocide that is happening in Nigeria Is it being perpetrated by the government? No. So that means government needs collaboration. It's just the manner and attitude in which Trump always express his feelings or go about his action. Yes, we agree. We need some form of assistance, either by way of technology or by way of empowerment or by way of physical presence. But your physical presence, now somebody cried this morning and the next morning something happened. Then there's a need to ask a question. Trump wanted to bring in some prisoners into Nigeria, and Nigerian government said no. You can't just pack Nigerian prisoners and come like that. Then after a few weeks or about some weeks, you came up with the fact that there's a genocide. Yes, right. Let us fight those who are killing innocent
on those
Christians.
states, in 20 seconds, Collins, please, in 20 seconds, because we're out of time.
In those states, the governor is celebrating 1 year, and we are all celebrating with him as progressive. He already has an idea, an agenda, and that is already implementing. We are very proud of him. And we pray that he do more in the next fiscal year, and also the next budget should cover a lot of area that had not been covered. And I know that he's so committed. None of his employees can even mess up, because he will send them away, because his government is driven